is Miss Ramirez, and in this segment, we're going to be learning about motion. So motion is simply how objects move or the act of moving. So we're going to explore motion first by using our body to move. So the first thing we're going to do, put your arms out straight, and then we're going to kind of move them in a wave. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little brain break to help your brain become more coordinated. So take your left arm, and the reason I know it's my left is because your left hand will make an L shape, and left starts with the letter L. So take your left hand, put it on top of your head. So that's a position. Now move your hand up and down. Up and down is a direction. So you're moving your hand up and down. Now take your right hand and put it on your stomach and move it in a circular motion. So the path that your hand is moving is in a circular trajectory. That just means path. Now we're going to do those two motions together at the same time. So your left hand is moving up and down, and your other hand is moving in a circle. And see if you can get your mind trained to do that correctly. Now the faster you try and do it, the harder it's going to be. So that's just a little fun brain break for the afternoon. So the first vocabulary word that we're going to look at today is trajectory. And y'all heard me say that earlier. Trajectory is just the path an object is taking as it moves. So let's look at some examples of trajectory. So an object can move in a straight line. So if you take your arm and make it nice and straight, that's a straight line. Think about how when you're walking down the hallway and your teacher says, walk in a straight line. That's to help other people pass through the hall. Objects can also move in a zigzag motion. So think of like if you have your arm and you do it like this, that's going to be a zigzag. Things can also move in a wavy trajectory like this. And then objects can also move in a circular trajectory or path like this. So let's take a look with our little rocket here. I'm going to fling it into the air. Think about its trajectory. Do you think it's going to go in a straight line? Do you think it's going to go in a zigzag? Do you think it's going to go in a circular path? Or do you think it's going to go in a wavy path? So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it in the air. And I know you're not going to be able to see it go all the way, but it went straight up and then it went straight down. So that is its path or trajectory. So if you go home and just take a piece of paper and make a little airplane and then fly it in the air, the path that it takes is its trajectory. Our next word is direction. Direction is just telling us where is the object moving or where is it pointing to. So some words that we can use to describe direction would be up. So think about when you're riding your bike and you're going up a hill. Another word for up is ascend. So when you go ride your bike, you are ascending the hill. Now, if you ride your bike up the hill, you're going to have to go down at some point. So down, another word for down is descend. And I remember that because they both start with the letter D. So ascending is up, descending is down. Objects can also move in a round and round direction. So think about when you're going on a merry-go-round, it goes round and round, or the wheels on the bus go round and round, that song. So those are things that go round and round. So let's take a look at our little unicorn slinky over here. The unicorn slinky can go up, it can go down, it can go up and down or back and forth at the same time. This is also called a vertical movement. So vertical is up and down. Now let's take my slinky friend and move it to the left and move it to the right. So left and right, back and forth is called horizontal. So this is horizontal, this is vertical. Horizontal, vertical. And I can also make my slinky go in a circular motion as well. So it can make a circle too. So our next word is speed. So speed is the rate of motion, and it's simply telling us how fast or slow something is going. So let's take a look with our nunchucks. I'm going to spin these, and you guys are going to be a good scientist, and we're going to observe. So we're going to use our eyes to watch and see what happens. So describe what you see. Describe the speed. Are they moving fast? or slow? Think about trajectory, the path. Are they moving in a straight line? Are they moving in a zigzag? Are they moving in a circular path? Or are they moving in a wavy path? And then think about the direction. Is it moving up? Is it moving down? Is it moving horizontal, left to right? Or is it moving vertically up and down? Or is it moving round and round? So I'm going to go ahead and swing them. So go ahead and describe the motion of these nunchucks. Now, if you ask me, I think it's going pretty fast, and it's also going in a round and round or circular trajectory. So I'm going to go ahead and stop spinning them, and we're going to look at an animal friend to discuss speed. So I have two animal friends, and as I show them to you, be thinking about which one is fast and which one is slow. So my first one is a box turtle. I'm just going to go ahead and name him Sheldon. He's called a box turtle because these turtles have a line. And look at that line. It's actually a straight line. So that straight line is called a hinge. And what it does is when he gets scared, he can tuck these little legs and head inside his shell, and he can close that top part of his shell like a door, almost how you can close a box. So that's how they get the name box turtle. Now, do you think he can run fast, or do you think he can run slow? So take a look at his legs. That might be a good clue. His legs are short and stubby. So what do you think about his speed? My next animal has feathers and lays eggs. So what do you think she is? This is Pepper. She's a blue silky chicken. She gets that name because she has blue skin on her ears, and when you touch her, she is super soft. And now look at her legs. Her legs are really long, and they're also nice and strong. So she can actually run really fast, and that is what helps her to run away from predators. Predators are animals that might try and eat her. So those long, powerful legs help her to run away so that she can escape predators. So which one do you think is faster, the chicken or the turtle? So we know the turtle can't run super fast. What do you think he does to stay safe? He hides in his shell. So we're going to go ahead and put our animal friends up. And I have a little video to show you more animals and how they move. So let me share my screen with you guys. It might take just a second for the screen share. And we're going to pull up our PowerPoint. So let's take a look at this video with the ants. Again, use your eyes, make observations about how they are moving. So are they moving in a straight line? Are they moving in a zigzag? Are they moving in a curvy line? So describe their motion. And then we also see our snake over here. The snake and its body is kind of in a kind of wavy motion. So its body is not straight right now in that picture. So let's look at our next one. For our next one, we have up and down. So think of a yo-yo. When you play with a yo-yo, it goes up and down if you know how to play it right. And then the other picture is whack-a-mole. When I was a kid, I used to love playing with the whack-a-mole. It's an arcade game, and there's a toy mole that would pop up, and you're supposed to whack it with that little thing before it goes back down. So the more times you whack it, the more points you get, and then the more tickets you can get for prizes. And then in real life, as motion pertains to animals, we have this video of prairie dogs. So again, use your eyes, make some good observations about what you're seeing, and describe their motion. And those are going side to side, but the other ones are going up and down. Up, down. They look super cute. And notice the sound they're making. So scientists call that the yip, the jump yip. And scientists think they once thought that they were jumping in excitement, saying kind of like, yay, the predator's gone, we don't have to be scared anymore. But now scientists think that they're doing that as like a roll call. So think about in the mornings when your teacher calls you by your name to check who's here, and you either raise your hand or you stand up and let them know that you're there. So scientists think that that's what these prairie dogs are probably doing. So they're just trying to see, you know, who's still there in their little community. So they're just taking roll call. Our next one is back and forth. So some things that go back and forth. I have a recliner that goes back and forth so I can rock myself to sleep. There's a swing that goes back and forth. And out here we have hummingbirds. So these hummingbirds, they fly forward to drink nectar from the flowers, and then they fly backwards. They fly forward to drink nectar, and they fly backwards. Our next motion is round and round. So remember the nunchucks going round and round? I used to love going to the state fair when I was a kid, and these are some of the rides I would go on. The carousel, the horse would go up and down, but the ride itself would take you round and round. So let's look at the squirrel spinning. Now, this is a special type of bird feeder. It's meant to stop squirrels from stealing bird food. And since the squirrels are much heavier than birds, when the squirrels jump onto the bird feeder, it ends up swinging them round and round. So some people don't like squirrels. So that's why they have these bird feeders, because they don't want them stealing the food. But I love the squirrels, and I always provide them with food to eat. And our last one is speed, fast, or slow. So again, observe these rabbits and describe how they are moving. These are cottontails, and they get their name because they have a white poofy tail that looks like cotton. And I hope you just noticed that they were jumping up and down. These rabbits are playing in a field. Notice their big ears for listening for predators, and those long legs and big feet to help them run fast. And as you're watching, notice, are they running in a straight line, or are they running kind of zigzaggy and wavy? They're actually super fast animals. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it there, and we'll move on to our last slide. Our last slide is a challenge. I would like for you guys to go outside if you can and observe animals, whether it's squirrels, birds, dogs, cats, or bugs, and describe their motion. So think about their speed. Are they fast, or are they kind of slow? Think of their trajectory. Are they moving in a straight line, zigzag, or in a circular path? And then think about directions. Are they going up or down, left or right? So just watch things around you and describe their motion.